Well, I write you squares.
Yeah.
5 just fun.
Put my watch on and shit.
What the hell of a
All black with a
combination,
little
man?
bit of gold.
Cheers and cocaine.
Yeah.
Some legendary shit, man. Spit out.
It's crazy all the shit that I done in California.
Well, you guys do know I don't have an intro for this podcast, although I do go by Tony Awdball, and this is An Awd Conversation with a very special guest,
Nappy 2000.
Nappy 2000, man. And I've been hearing about your name for about, I can't give a time frame, but I do know heavy during quarantine with the IE radio to like, you know, people that you've worked with before and all that. And let alone the Inland Empire doesn't really have that type of like media outlet. So to me, it was like, okay, so this is like my source to try to find anybody from the Inland Empire.
Right.
You know, that's the way I kind of viewed it and such.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but you know, but as for yourself, man, you know, what kind of really brought you into this whole field anyway?
Whoa, my dad actually is a musician himself. He toured with George Benson for like 12 years. So I've always kind of been around like the music scene growing up. It's just been around my family. So I knew growing up I wanted to do some type of music thing, but I didn't know it was going to be DJing though.
Yeah.
That wasn't like my first option whatsoever.
It was like to be the MC, the rapper.
I wanted to be like I think everyone wants to low-key be a rapper at one point.
Oh, hands
You know
down.
what I'm saying? But also back then I was kind of shy. So I think I just wanted to kind of just be like the dude who did like the audio engineering for things. That's what I originally wanted to do. I just wanted to be like an audio engineer. I went to school for that and everything. So I wanted to do that originally, but you know, life gives you different things.
No, I feel you. I'm not gonna lie. I think like if like once a person smokes weed like a couple times, then they just think that like, oh, I like this beat. Hey, let's try to rap. Yeah, let's try to rap. Like everybody does it all the time, myself included. Like we all do it. I mean, that's how I feel, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like, so what kind of transition from doing the audio engineering into what you're doing now?
Okay, so in high school, I started chopping and screwing music and rap. I was rapping and chopping and screwing music and whatnot. I had some homies that would come over. We would rap on like the webcam stick microphone, and I would like run it through Audacity. That was like our thing, and we would put it out on YouTube. But then my homie was like, "Yo, bro, you don't really rap that well. I don't think you should do it no more."
We need those homies.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
He told me that, and I listened back, and I was like, you know what, bro? I think you're right. I don't think I am that good, but I wasn't mad at it. You know, sometimes you just gotta be real with yourself. I wasn't good at rap.
You have to, man, because like there's a difference between just finding like red, fed, shed, you know.
Yeah,
But then you got to find your new setups, you got to find your schemes and everything, and your punchlines, especially punchlines.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. That's why a lot of people just think, oh, you're just putting words together that sound the same. It's like, I mean, that's partially what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of important. You know, but then if you look at like people out there, it's like it's also about the rhythm that you have.
Yeah.
It's the flow patterns.
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever you're painting for the picture. You know what I mean? And so, you know, that's why I don't think a lot of songwriting in general gets that much respect than it should be.
Yeah.
You know, some people just focus on the beat and then they give the rapper the credit when it's the producer that does all that. You know what I'm saying? So
I find it to be special for the person to be able to write down like a hit song and then give it to someone else, and then they recite what they wrote, and then it becomes great. Because even though they weren't the ones being the forefront of like the song, they still wrote the magic on the paper or put it on their phone to give it to them to put it out.
Exactly.
So that's something right there.
yeah, you know, you have like songwriters like Sci-Hi the Prince to even what was it, Joey Badass with Rockstar with Post Malone.
Yeah.
He wrote the whole song.
Yeah.
And then they, you know,
Little
that became
Yachty with
number
City
one.
Girls.
Yeah. You know, so that's what I'm saying. And that's the cool thing about Yachty too, is that like he made a hit record for women to display out there.
Yes.
But also talking about being a bad bitch. It's
Yeah.
really what it is. You know what I mean? So it's like
Little
you know,
B is a bad bitch too. You know what I'm saying?
dude. I'm not gonna lie, Little B kind of switched the whole thing up because
did.
like when he was coming out, I think like we had Wiz coming out at the same time, Mac Miller, Kid Cudi. So like we had all these sounds that like were like really putting you in a good mood, but like
Yeah.
we had some ignorant sounds coming from Little B, you know what I mean? And then Waka was along with them.
Yeah.
And it was just like a big thing back in 2011.
Yeah.
And this is crazy because the reason why I can remember that year specifically was because in high school, you couldn't go anywhere, any function, be in the car with any of your friends or whatnot without them playing any of those 5 people.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
true.
always those things.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, and Nipsey Hussle and YG were in those too. There was never a time I went to a function and never heard that "Bitches Ain't Shit" song by YG and Nipsey Hussle. That was playing frequently.
Or even or like you'll be like leaving a party, but then people want to like bump the music when they leave.
Yeah.
So they start hearing what was it? You Broke. You know?
Yeah.
It was, man.
Yeah. Good times, bro. Good times.
Man.
But yeah, I was chopping and screwing music though. And I was getting kind of a lot of hits on SoundCloud. I have like a song on there that has like 500,000 plays. Like DJ Screw's my favorite DJ of all time. So I wanted to be like the next DJ Screw. So I was just chopping and screwing music, tough. But I was chopping and screwing music on a DJ program. So I started DJing a little bit more by doing that, like at parties and different things like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of opened up a little bit more when I started playing with it, like when I started doing it for parties and different things like that, prior to me doing like hip hop shows and everything.
Dang, man. Do you ever get like the first like nerves going on when you first like getting ready for your set for like DJing?
Yeah, I for sure get nervous. I always tell people this, bro. Jimi Hendrix taught me how to like perform for people, because he always talks about electric church and just how to bring out the electricity of different people and different things like that. So like I put affirmations like on my DJ tables. I put like unity or electricity or like just different random things so I can get that out of people when I DJ, because if I'm putting this affirmation out, I'm more than likely going to get that back in return by me still grooving out or doing what I'm doing. But it's just an interesting thing, you know what I'm saying? Like just to learn different things like that. But once I step out there, I'm not as nervous prior to me just, vibing out, looking at everything prior. But once I step out, I'm cool.
See, I wish I could have the proper respect. Like by all means, I do respect Jimi Hendrix, but I wish I had like more of a reason to respect him.
Right.
Like, with the knowledge behind it, because I'm like one of those typical dudes that take like acid and then listen to like Jimi Hendrix. You know what I mean? And then it's like man, there's such beautiful music, and you almost cry. It's like one of those things, Yeah. So like, but that's interesting how you kind of fuse the two together for like hip hop scenes and stuff. But like growing up, like what really like was like the artists you were like always listening to, or like people that you just like really inspired by?
Growing up, I didn't grow up in a hip hop household, so I was like listening to soul music, so like Marvin Gaye, like the Temptations, Earth, Wind and Fire, pretty much all of that. I grew up listening to that. My favorite genre of music right now, bro, is classical music. Ironically, I love classical music, bro.
Such as?
I like Baroque type music, you know what I mean? That's like, I think that was like the era when like music was becoming quote unquote secular to the classical world. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was. But just like that type of style, bro.
And secular is gonna be the word of the day. I had to really try to like, I want to use that. That sounds pretty fly when you said it. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, I like classical music. But like for hip hop wise, like I started listening to that when I was in elementary school. I found hip hop, bro, through Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like,
sounds about right.
That's like my introduction. Like what's that song? How to Kill a Man by Cypress Hill, bro, was one of my first songs I heard. And like nothing but a G thing, obviously. But when I heard that Cypress Hill song, it was crazy. I never really listened to hip hop like that. So listening to all of those stations on Radio Los Santos, it kind of like gave me like a whole introduction to like a bunch of music. It's kind of crazy though to have to say that, you know what I mean? Because they had a lot of songs on there.
It makes sense though, because you do have some like heavy hitters from like back in the 90s on that playlist. Because let alone you have like like Ain't Nothing But a G Thing, which is like okay, like that's what West Coast is mostly known for. But when you have Cypress Hill, people think they're from somewhere else, but no, they're from LA too.
Yeah, bro.
And then you have the high pitched sound from B-roll, and then like he just like plays with it, and then on top of that you have like the hip hop rapping that everyone's used to. So it was like, oh, this is also LA. Oh, what? Damn, they have everything right now.
When I heard that song, "The Hood Took Me Under" by Compton's Most Wanted on that game when I was a kid, that blew me away, because it's talking about a dude who was trying to just live his life, but just through circumstances in the hood, it just took him down. and he's just telling a story about what it did to him throughout his whole life. And just to hear that as a kid, it's kind of like, oh, whoa, this is kind of serious. This is kind of deep. So just to like hear like all those hip hop songs, I appreciate Rockstar or whoever like worked with them to like put those songs together, because through that I found everything. Like I found like a bunch of people through that.
Man, see, I think Rockstar don't get enough credibility for the soundtracks, because even on the Grand Theft Auto 5, I want to say that was like the recent
That's a
one.
good one too.
It was, but like the thing is, I found like electronic band on there.
Oh, okay,
And,
cool.
Yeah, the Hicks are amazing.
Okay, the
man.
Hicks.
Yeah, they broke up, but like, dude, they had a great song on there, and I just fell into like a small rabbit hole of their music. I'm like, dude, this is all freaking cool right here. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Like you can't be listening to the same genre every day. Like that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah, bro.
Because you're just gonna be stuck in it, and everything's just gonna sound the same after a while. Like just because it's something you're just always doing. You know, you gotta throw some like R&B in there, or even like some like rock, country. It don't matter.
I listen to metal, bro. My favorite metal group is Sepultura.
Okay, you threw me off.
Sepultura, bro. I forgot where they're from, bro. It's like a metal, like scream, like like that. Like you gotta peep it, bro. I love Sepultura. I listen to everything, man. I can't just listen to hip hop all day.
Yeah.
I gotta see what everything.
Well, then,
hear
can I ask
everything.
you if you heard of City Morgue?
City Morgue? I don't know. I don't think so.
They're
I'm
like
not gonna tell you I have. I don't know.
I want to say they're like this like rap metal duo.
Okay,
and then,
cool.
Like, you know, they start making noise on their own, song wrote for people, but then they also worked with Denzel Curry, and so like, you know, they have like their own sound. So I listen to them almost every day. When I work out, I listen to like almost nothing but City Morgue, because like, you know, like yeah, it's like hip hop snares and like bass, but you have like the metal guitaring in the back. But then they're also like emphasizing, they're not doing a screamo thing, but they're projecting the way it should be,
Right.
You know, without damaging their own vocal cords.
Yeah.
And yet, like, they also have like real punchlines in there too. Where I'm like, dang man, like these guys are fucking crazy. Like, I like this shit, you know. They're my
Yeah.
damn. So I'll send you some music after this, man.
Yeah.
You'll like them.
Okay, cool.
So you know, but all that from DJing to like chopped and screwed music. You know, where did the IE radio start coming to play?
IE radio started coming to play in 2017. I met this dude named MC Life. It was originally his.
Shout out him.
Yeah, shout out MC Life. And we were really good. We were good friends. So like we were just doing a lot of different things at the time, and we just got busy with a lot of different things. So he told me, "Yo, man, I think you would be better fit for this, because I don't really have much time to do it. So like you can just have it. You can just take it." So literally he gave me like the whole radio show, the whole IE radio show, for me to like completely rebrand it and fix it. So from 2017 to 2020, we were on the radio station, cultivating, a hub for artists here from, we probably interviewed over 100 different people. Like we've had so many different artists from like, we've had Lil B on there. We've had Orlando Brown on there. We played Conway the Machine's music on there.
Orlando Brown? Like, that's what Rapin' dude?
Yes.
What the hell?
Yes, shouts out to Orlando Brown.
I like how you just said it as if like I wasn't gonna notice. Like, like immediately I had that Raven Simone like like that's what it's, man, dude.
When
What
she has
the
the
hell?
vision?
Yeah, exactly. Just like, man, dude. What the hell? Who would have saw that coming?
Yeah, we've had a lot of different people on here. So it was a good thing, because the IE doesn't have anything like that. So to be able to create something like that and be the foundation for artists to come to present their music and to do different things like that, to get call-ins, to have their family hear their music on different hubs like that, I think it was important to do, because there was nothing around. So it was amazing to have the opportunity to do that and then bring other people on to help build it as well.
Yeah, hands down. I mean, you have Chyna over there right now doing her thing. She just had Conway.
That's my girlfriend, actually.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend, yeah.
Dang. Man, the little do you know around here. No. Gotta say, man, when I saw that, and like even like the little snippet that you guys like put out there,
right,
saying like, oh, like I fucks with this whole channel right here doing their thing, and I was like, Inland got something here. Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've been saying this for I don't know how many podcasts now, but I really feel that Inland Empire is finally gonna get more recognition throughout all the stuff that we've been doing for the past, obviously throughout the years, but like the past like couple years was like solid. Like not many people know that Travis Barker is from Fontana.
Yeah.
You know?
He's with the Kardashian right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Hey, that's what I'm saying. If a fucking white boy,
play it.
if a white boy from Fontana can be with a Kardashian, hey, that gives me hope. Okay, that gives me hope. And then you also got Hit Boy
Hit Boy.
doing, like having Nas even shout out the Inland Empire
We got
on the
Kawhi
last
Leonard.
one. Kawhi Leonard.
Come on.
What was it? There was oh man, dude, it sucks because I just heard about the UFC fighter that Dominic Reyes, Riverside.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we have all these like crazy like noises and like peoples coming from the Inland Empire. That's like, oh yeah, we're really gonna have something going on soon,
Right.
very soon, and that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing, like to be able to be a part of like almost like this revolution of just different people coming and just creating different things like that. So, it's a blessing to just be in like the forefront of that. It's I don't know, man. It's just being authentic, bro, and just wanting to create. I honestly find joy in creating things. Like going through the process, I thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy it.
Hands down, because I know once it gets to a point where I'm gonna have to start paying people to help set up and then like do promos for me, then I'm gonna be like, oh man, dude, I kind of wish I was just me doing that because now it's like I don't really have to work too hard on that,
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but like I don't know how I'll feel. I'll know when it gets there, but but that's the interesting thing about the Inland Empire Radio is that like you guys were everywhere. I mean, like even with the logo that you guys had, which is very nice. I've always liked the logo.
We just rebranded our logo.
Okay, so with,
It's a new logo now.
okay, so like when everyone sees this and stuff, shoot it over to me and then it'll be up in the very beginning.
Yeah, for sure,
hands down. But when it comes to like even like pulling all this together, like what were some of the highlights that you guys had like throughout the years?
Bro, I think the highlights throughout the years to me were just some people. Just honestly, the looks of some people's faces when they came on to the radio show or to like be in a radio station or just to have like that. I think more so, bro, it's the opportunity, the opportunity that people had because not many people get opportunities to come on the radio show or just get an interview here or to get their music played here or to get it played week by week by week on something like that. Because we don't have nothing like that out here. Like LA has something, OC has something. IE has like 99.1 and different things like that, but not much Inland Empire music's being played through that. So for us to have the opportunity to then hub that and to give people an opportunity to be heard on like a different level by different people, I thought it was a great thing. Cause I'm like I'm naturally a selfless person, so I really don't mind helping people out with different things like that. So by doing that, it made me happy. It gives me joy to give people like a platform to do that. Because someone has to do it. But at the same time, though, you still have to understand you have your other things going on as well. So you have to balance what you're doing and then also everything over there because you don't want to just be too selfless to the point to where you're not doing anything for your own self. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Zan. I get you, man. I'm still learning how to maneuver as I go along, like this whole thing. Because, I've been told from people from the Valley to LA, even Inland Empire, people saying that, all right, you're part of the culture now. So, you gotta pull your weight.
I seen one of your interviews. You for sure are.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. So, it's still like kind of like something that I don't think still hit me yet because I still think that like, oh no, I'm still trying to do something right now. But, it's a work in progress.
Right.
But I do want to ask you this question though, is that, how do you feel about, the whole world basically saying how the radio dying out?
It is what it is. Kind of like, like with CDs, kind of like with flip phones, kind of.
Freaking razors from back in the day, dude. Oh man, I wanted one so bad as a kid, man.
Sidekicks,
I've
like
had those.
The different clothing trends. Everything dies out. Everything has a transition. So, it's just one of those things to where, like right now, we're going completely digital because over 50% of mostly everything is going to the digital or has switched to digital.
Yeah.
So there's not much left. There's not much left within radio. If it is, it's mostly people who have been established for probably 20 plus years or 15 plus years who are already doing it. But they also, too, not just being on the radio, have it on Apple Podcasts, have it on Tidal and YouTube.
Same
it's
thing.
on everything else as well. It's just not on radio. That's for the people who still want that authentic feel of turning to that. Because that's still dope to turn and hear your music playing in a car.
Yeah, I think the last time I was eager to actually put on the radio was right before Good Kid, Mad City came out.
Okay,
and
cool.
99.1 like they blasted it all over social media, and they're like, oh, tune in at 7. We're playing the whole album for like from 7 to midnight.
That's tight.
Oh, dude, I jumped on that so quick, and then that's when I first turned it on. I heard what was it, Money Trees immediately, and I was like, I don't know what's the name of this song though, but man, this song's so good. So once the album came out, oh man, dude, I was like already like halfway like knowing the rhythm of every song, dude. It was a good one. Yeah. I sat in my car for 2 hours listening to the album. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a good album.
Yeah, I appreciate DJ Head and Chuck Dizzle for like what they're doing in like the LA scene by playing like LA artists again and like highlighting different albums. Like, oh, we're playing this for an hour or two. Oh, we're talking about this today, and people actually tuning in, because I do think it is important to have like the voice of like your city and different things like that. And sometimes like sometimes you're chosen to be the voice of the city. Sometimes it's not your choice. Sometimes you just so happen to be, like you're saying, a part of the culture, and you're just gonna have to just continue to carry that torch or continue to do what you're doing. It is what it is.
Yeah, hands down. You know, and I think that's another thing too, because like, you know, I look white, but I'm actually Mexican. Don't ask me to speak Spanish.
Oh, it's all good.
It's not gonna work. So, you know, but it's just interesting how, like, you know, like we come into this, and you kind of, you know, as a Hispanic dude, is that like you kind of notice not many Hispanics are really getting acknowledgement like that. You know what I mean? I'm not even too strong on the whole like where you like the race and, you know, heritage and all that. It's just never been for me. You know, like for us, my family and I, like, you know, we just always been like, well, you know, let's just enjoy ourselves now and just like do whatever our family does. You know, keep that going. You know, that's kind of how I kind of keep it. And so, you know, like being out here is like, oh, dude, there's a lot of great talent out here. You know, like you also, we just had Frankie OG up here. You know, we had Tris out here, Cam Gnarly, Noah James.
That's all.
Oh my gosh,
the
like,
homies.
Like it's funny because I always mention those names first, but it's like, dude, like those are ones that I feel are like very like any second they're gonna come out and just like hit someone with something else. Like
yeah,
they're
exactly.
gonna do something that no one thought of before. I like those dudes' music a lot, and everybody else I've interviewed from the Inland Empire. We have a lot of talent out here, and I think we should start, you know, bridging that gap between the LA and Inland Empire, you know, because there's always that little like bickering and such, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, we're all California at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like people from the Bay in that area, you know, they have their thing. People from the Southern California, we have our thing. People from Central California have their thing. There's a whole bunch of different Californians out here. By the end of the day, we're all West Coast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we all should show love.
Hands
That's
down.
all I'm going to say about that.
Hands down. I'm with you on that one, man. So on the show, man, you know, I do ask some odd questions and such. I mean, it has to, you know, switch it up a little bit, you know, catch 'em. So for me, I really had prepared on this one, and it slipped in my mind. This is why I really should start writing my notes again. It really keeps me on track. But if you could kick it in any TV universe, where would you go kick it at?
Any TV universe?
Any TV show universe.
Whoa, that's crazy, bro. Any TV or universe, where would I kick it at?
Because, you know, you got cartoons in the mix. You got, like, you know, like reality TV shows, or you even got Friends.
I know, bro.
Don't say Friends, though.
I may, bro, I may have to, like, I don't know, on some weird shit. I may have to be, like, in, like, Looney Tune land.
Yeah, the Animaniacs, you know.
I may have to be over there, because I can literally do anything over there.
Very true, actually. It's rabbit season. Dog season. You know, you get shot and still live.
Bro,
you know?
I'm telling you, it just hurts. You just get a bump on your head.
Yeah, exactly, you know. And honestly, like, if I was there, dude, I'd probably just be, like putting, like, a GoPro on, like, around Roadrunner's neck, and then one around Wile E. Coyotes, and just, like, capture the whole thing, you know, just see what happens.
Yeah, bro.
I think that'd be so
I'll be part
incredible.
of the Toon Squad. You know what I mean? Play with Michael Jordan and get that ring.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
specifically why I want to be there.
Dude,
You know what
that'd
I'm
be
saying?
fire. Hell yeah.
Or be with LeBron James, because that's the new movie. So I'm getting ready for the second ring.
Man,
you know what I mean?
don't know how that was gonna be, man. That one I'm still sketched out to watch. Like, I'm like, I don't know how, if it's gonna be corny or if it's actually gonna be like, okay, you didn't do a bad job.
It's gonna be alright.
Yeah, hands down.
It'll be alright.
All right, then.
Cool.
So what's Looney Tunes? What's your favorite?
One of my characters, probably Bugs Bunny. I think that's cliche, but I think like the one when he pretended to be like the classical director, like the conductor.
Oh, so he's specific.
Yeah, dude. I used to have like the Looney Tune box set, bro, when I was a kid, and I used to like watch through those.
Man, I just eat their ice cream all the time. Like, you go to the ice cream truck and you get that little like the wooden scraper, whatever it is. Yeah, those things always hit as a kid.
I would always get the Spider-Man one. That's the one I would get.
See, I never got them because I used to get pissed off every time I take it off, and then it's all like lopsided and all. I used to get pissed, dude, as a kid. I genuinely was mad. I'm like, dude, I don't ever want to get that again. You know, so that's just weird for me.
No, it's all good.
No, but you ever had a crush on Lola Bunny growing up?
Not really.
Yeah, a lot of people had. You know?
Not really.
Yeah, like to me, if I was a cartoon, hell yeah, that'd be like one of my go-tos. Or Roger Rabbit's wife, you know.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever had a crush on a cartoon. I don't think I have. Like, I'm really trying to think that want to be like, oh, like, shit.
Man, you're weird.
Maybe.
You're weird for not having a crush on a cartoon character.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have a crush on a cartoon.
Okay,
My
then,
bad.
how about this then? The Pink Ranger, from the original Power Rangers.
Oh, Kimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Kimmy.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Kimmy.
I want to say, all right. I just want to relate to somebody now at this point, my childhood.
The Pink Ranger from the Time Force Power Ranger was better, in my opinion.
The Time Force, what's your, like, without the second or third series after?
Maybe those are the dudes that were from the future.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have no idea.
That was a good one, bro.
I'm gonna look that up after this interview.
Time Force, bro. Watch the Time Force Power Rangers. They got the Quantum Ranger on there too. It's like the Red Ranger. Gotta peep, bro.
Dang, man.
Gotta peep.
Dude, see, like for me, like, dude, like, because, like, you know, we grew up in the '90s area, like to like really remember all these things. So when it comes to like Halloween time, when everyone's getting all dressed up, dude, for the longest time, I wanted to do the Mortal Kombat thing. I wanted to be Sub-Zero, and I wanted someone to be my Katana or my Jade. You know what I mean? But now because the movie came out, dude, everyone's gonna be like slutted out, like doing those ones. I'm like, come on, man.
I was Morgan from Walking Dead this past Halloween, bro.
Oh shit, how was that for you?
It was cool. I had like my staff. That was pretty much it. Just my staff and my backpack and some cargo pants.
I know someone told me, we should do that. Yeah, you should be Carl. I'm like, fuck no, dude. Carl's the one that gets everybody killed.
Carl? You gonna wear an eye patch and a cowboy?
Yeah, fuck Carl, dude. I've hated that kid since like the first, like, what was it? The second season. I just hated that kid, man. He gets on my damn nerves. Carl?
He's a G.
He
got
everybody
shot in the face,
and he gets everybody else killed.
Yeah, he's a little wild.
Yeah,
he's a little wild.
That's what I'm saying, man.
A little wild.
You know, you gotta be a little safer. You know, that's the way I feel.
Yeah, you do. But when you're in an environment like that, how safe can you really be?
Shit. Well, I mean, if I need you guys to protect me as a kid, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I better not put you in that shit.
Is he a kid technically though? Since like, you know,
Well, back in those, but when he got the first few people killed, he was still a youngster, bro.
Yeah.
You know how pissed off I'd be if I'd be in heaven. I'm like, you little,
like
you son of a bitch, like, and then I'll be sent to hell right after. But I'm like, I'll see you then. You know what I mean? Like falling down, like, all right, see you.
Yes, bro. Man,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Okay, so what a zombie apocalypse like? So what's like your weapon of choice? No gats.
No gats.
No gats.
Wow. Bro, I'm gonna have to probably pull like a Negan or a Morgan. I'm about to get like a baseball bat
Yeah.
or like carve a spear out of a stick. That's or get a samurai sword. I'm gonna be the weirdo that's gonna go to a museum and get a samurai sword.
No, you're not a weird guy. You're thinking logical.
I'm gonna go there and get a samurai sword and probably be on like my Michonne tip.
Dang.
I may be on my Michonne tip and get a samurai sword, bro. I may have, because that's a little intimidating. I'm not about to pull up on nobody with a samurai sword. You're kind of, you know.
No, that's like, dude, you got me like stuck in the days right now. I'm like, dude, like imagine that, just like all the stuff you've been practicing with like the roll of like gift wrap paper and stuff as a kid. You're just like swinging that around. Now you can do that in real life,
dude.
You know,
it's crazy,
man. It's either that or I'd probably go like Legolas from fucking Lord of the Rings and get a bow and arrow, dude. Like I don't know, just because like I've always wanted to like, you know, like shoot those things. You know, like the elves made it look so dope.
But you have to get it back though.
Well, it depends. Are they all after me at the same time?
Probably.
I'm asking him as if he's the one that asked me the question and stuff. Like,
probably. That's how it happens. I remember I was watching this one interview, bro, and I was realizing I was like, damn, I was low key asking some questions at one point. Yeah, it just happens, bro.
No, I mean,
it just happens, bro.
I mean, it's a conversation at the end of the day. An odd one, but it's a conversation.
It's a conversation. Like when I interviewed Blac Chyna, that was probably like that was my it was an interesting one because I didn't realize how much he was going to talk in that interview.
Damn.
So just to like see like how certain people will react compared to what you think they're gonna do prior to an interview is always interesting.
Were you afraid to interview her at first?
Nah,
Not at all?
no, she's just she's just another person, bro.
Uh-huh.
Another person who just so happens to have some status in the world.
Yeah.
Everyone's normal, bro. We all put on pants at the end of the day.
Like for me, I never had the nerves to like ask certain questions, but then there were times where I'm just like, oh great, let's see how let's see how this reaction is when I ask this
Right.
question. Because like I always tell them like, oh, by all means, I'm not trying to overstep my boundary, but I'm just curious.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
it was deep, bro. I figured out her real name. I didn't even know her real name.
Dang, I kind of want to ask, but at the same time, I don't want to get sued.
Her name's Angela, bro.
Angela.
Cool, because she was talking about how she didn't want to always be labeled as Blac Chyna. She wants to be seen as Angela.
Wasn't she like trying to rap at one point too?
Sure, she does everything. She does everything pretty much, bro.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
You know.
I mean, she dated one of the YBNs. She also had her fair share of rappers and basketball players. She gets the attention, and it's hey, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, she's a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no hate to it. Get your paper.
Damn right, man. Gee, so
That shit funny.
now I'm gonna say that you're stuck on a lockdown. Now we're in like martial law status.
Yes.
You only have 3 artists you can listen to.
Okay.
Artists, bands, although you get the whole discography, whether it includes like the features, production, whatever.
Okay.
Only 3 for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Who are you rocking with?
Currency. Probably this dude's from classical music, Yo-Yo Ma, his whole discography. And probably I need some rock and roll because I need something like crucial like when I'm on the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Probably Jimi Hendrix, bro. Jimi Hendrix, Currency, Yo-Yo Ma.
Yo-Yo
I'm
Ma.
satisfied.
Huh.
They have their discographies are humongous. I can
Currency has mixtapes for days,
For
dude.
days, bro.
I still haven't dissected all his projects, dude. I really
That's my
haven't.
favorite rapper, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna manifest it. I need Currency on my Bong Talks show, bro.
No, hands down.
That's like my.
He's also one of the
dude.
most entertaining interviews I ever watched.
Yeah,
Dude, like he has the most funniest stories, but he also like has some real ass times too when he talks. It's crazy, man.
He's a solid guy. He's a solid dude.
Yeah, I know. Like one of the sponsors I'm throwing out into existence. They actually work with Currency.
Okay,
and
cool.
So we're gonna try to get that situated. I'm not gonna say the name or not yet, but I'm gonna try to get that situated and like see if like the possibility of even having the introduction to it. It's like,
bro,
cool,
anything can happen.
Hands down.
bro. Anything. Anything's possible, bro.
I mean, shit, you're here. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Like, goddamn.
anything.
Like, you know how long I've been trying to get this one? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Currency said this one thing. He said he always thought about like having like this one car. He always dreamt about it, thought about it. And he always said, he was like, I already had the car. It was just waiting for me to get it. It's pretty much the same thing, bro. You already have the interview. It's just a matter of time before you just get there and talk to him.
See, it feels good to have optimism, like thrown at me the way I give it to people. Because like, now I know how they feel, and they really like, whew, you get the whole energy like thrown into you. I've been possessed. No, man. So, speaking of Bong Talks, I enjoy your Bong Talks.
Thanks.
You just had Chevy Woods on there.
I did.
How was that? How was that even come together?
I reached out to the Taylor Gang team. I reached out to he has a Will at Taylor Gang reached out to the email. Then they hit me back saying, "Oh, we seen your email. We're gonna pass it along to the team." And I would talk to their PR team, and I set it up through that. But they're like really professional people. Like throughout that process, it was like a really good thing. Very coherent conversations. Very, very good communication back and forth. So it was just a good conversation. They're good people. They're solid individuals. So I'm excited to potentially interview some more people from Taylor Gang as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, all these people, bro, it's just pretty much rapport, bro, from just doing all these shows. I started Bong Talk July of 2020. So it hasn't even been a year yet since I've done Bong Talk. So I started that on the Herb page. That's like that one cannabis page, but I've been on that for like 3 years. The CEO of that's the homie. So like I did an interview with him one day, and he was like, "Yo, man, like I really like your interviews. You want to throw like one of the shows like on the page?" So I had the name already because I had this name like years ago. So I just put it on there. But like I have full control over everything. Like I book all my interviews. I do all the concepts. I do all my templates. I do everything. The only thing that it is just on the page. But like I do everything for like my promotion and booking for that whole thing.
Dang, man, that's wild.
Yeah, I do everything for it.
Dang. See, like, I don't know, like, that's how it is. Like, with me, like, at least I'm like, mature enough to understand that when it comes to, like, you know, like, smoking weed, I can't be as productive. So, like, I do my time. I smoke my weed when I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I could be on my own, you know?
Right.
But, you know, but, like, because sometimes I smoke weed, I'm just quiet. And,
Bro, I feel
yeah.
it. It be like that.
Yeah, but it's just weird. I don't know what strains exactly trigger it, you know? Like, I used to think it was indica because it gets me sleepy.
It's
but
every
it's
weed, bro.
everything.
It's
It's crazy,
everything.
man. I don't know. Like, what's some of your favorite strains? I'm gonna ask the typical stoner question for this one.
I know that is. Yeah, that is my favorite strain.
I'll say like top 3-ish. You know
Top
what I mean?
three,
Like,
my top 3?
Yeah,
Ooh, that I've smoked, or just like my favorite.
like your favorite.
My
Like,
my favorite. Okay.
mm-hmm.
I
How about this? You throw one, I'll throw one.
like recently I've been smoking this strain called GMO,
GMO.
and that shit, bro, has been putting me on my ass.
Man, vegans would hate you. I'm just kidding, dude. No, but I think we get you on your ass or what?
That's funny. GMO. I've been smoking that. That's been good. I appreciate Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
You can't go like Gorilla Glue's a solid one. I like that one. And I guess OG. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say OG. I could say all these other exotics, but bro, there's like a new weed strain every day.
It really
so it's
is.
kind of hard to keep track of everything that people are smoking. You feel me?
That's true. I mean, that's for me, dude. Like, I love wedding cake. Wedding cakes is probably
Can't go wrong.
It really gave me one of the best highs of my life, and I was like, dang, man, like,
Yes.
I smoked a good amount, and I'm still functioning. This is crazy, and I feel amazing right now.
That's the thing with wedding cake. You're very fun. GMO, bro, no function. Like you can't. Like I'm just now getting to the point to where I can smoke it and be cool. Like prior to this, I only took 2 hits before I came here, bro. 2, because I knew if I took a little bit more, I would be probably a little bit more tired and not as talkative like you were talking about during the interview.
Hands down.
You gotta know yourself, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta know yourself. I was like in the interviews, bro. I used to hit my bong a lot back. You ever heard of Pop Brothers at Law?
Nah.
Okay, they have this thing called like the shut the fuck up rule. It helps you like go through a process if you get pulled over by the police. So they're like pretty well known in the cannabis world for like being lawyers and that. So I had him on the show. He was like my first one. And that show, bro, I was hitting my bong the whole time. I was high. I was for sure high. And then he wanted me to go over like the shut the fuck up rule. Again, after we went through it, but I was so high, bro, I was fucking
So
up.
you just shut the fuck up?
Yes, I was fucking up, and he told me, he was like, "Hey, man, I think you think you hit the bong a little too much, like you're fucking up." I was like, "Damn, you're right." So from that moment, bro, I probably only hit the bong like a solid like 2 to 3 times during the show.
See,
Probably.
I think the last time I really took a bong hit, I actually threw up after. It was a brand new bong for like my friend was like, you know, he's a selfless dude, and he was like, you know, bro, like, hey, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna let you break it in, bro. Just take the first sip. I'm like, oh, so sweet, right? I took it, and I don't know how many chambers he's giving me all the information. Me, I'm more like, okay, just give it to me so I get fucking high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I took a hit. You know, he took a hit. And then, you know, we're just talking, and all of a sudden we're sitting at the lake, and then all of a sudden, like, the lake and the trees started, like, one started getting bigger, one started fading away. Like, it was, like making me kind of hallucinate a little bit. And I'm like, then I started having, like, you know, breathing a little heavier. I'm like,
and your mouth started getting drier.
oh, super dry, dude. It was the worst. And then I was like, you know, maybe I got to stand up. And then immediately I was like, okay, and you know what? Nah, I'm going to throw up. Did it. And he's like, dog, I never seen someone do that before. I'm like, neither did I. I didn't think it was possible. I really didn't think so, you know?
I've seen many people throw up off of bongs.
Oh,
bong
man.
hits before. Bong hits and wax hits I've seen people throw up off of.
Yeah, same thing with wax.
For sure.
I stay away from that, though. I'm smart enough for that one.
The first time I ever smoked wax was like in 2015. I for sure threw up.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. Because that was the first time like dabbing it. Like I would put it on like my weed and shit, but I wouldn't like dab it. And my homie had this rig called the Face Cannon. I should have known by the name I shouldn't have hit that shit.
Yeah, but the thing with me is I kind of treat everything with like, okay, you can't judge it off the name because there's a lot of names out there that sound like some good weed, but they're fucking horrible.
No, that was the name of like his like piece.
Yeah, but ever since the weed thing, I'm like, dude, with everything. Like, I don't care what the nickname is, dude. Like, it's
It
not
don't
enough
even
for me.
fucking matter.
It don't matter to me, you know? Like, I have to see it for myself to believe it.
The piece was like this. It was pretty solid. I took a hit, like you were saying, bro. Like the way it made me feel, like I never had something hit my lung like that ever. Ever. Like my shit was on fire, like my throat.
Like from the lungs all the way to the middle of your throat and just
Bruh.
it's just lingering there. It's like not moving at all.
It was
just there.
stuck. I had to throw up. I had to do it. That was like 2015 though, bro. That was like that was a minute ago. That was like my first time like taking a wax hit.
Man.
It's a rough one out there, bro.
Yeah, no, I stay away from wax, man. It's just too much work to even get it set up, dude. It's not for me.
I'm not dissing anyone that takes wax hits. And this is not me calling you guys this anyway. It looks slightly crackheadish.
It does.
It does.
I think they could agree though.
They can agree. We could all laugh and be like, yeah, it is kind of crackheadish.
Exactly, yeah.
You got to get a big ass torch. You got to light that shit, you know. It's a process.
I know, man.
Process.
And there is such thing as too high. I hate it when people say you can never get too high. Wax gets me way too high.
Bro, you would hate me. I have a saying. There's no such thing as too high.
I hate you, dude.
You just fall asleep, or at worst you throw up. At worst, you're like you were saying. At worst,
You know what though? I wouldn't really call that part like throwing up from smoking as too high. You know, I think like too high for me is just more like you can't enjoy your food. Like you ever like been so stoned that you take a bite and you can't taste anything? It's just bunch of mush in your mouth.
no,
Dude, I've been that high like maybe a couple times and I'm like, dude, this is not worth it. I shouldn't even smoke so much. So that's what I'm saying, you know, like there is such thing as too high. Or like when you're laying down and then like you would go to fix your head and then all of a sudden you feel all the pressure in your brain. It's like, oh damn, like yeah, this is too high.
Damn, Tony, you fucked me up with that one, bro. With that no food taste. I don't think I've ever been high and not tasting my food.
Gee, well, how long have you been smoking this heavy?
A minute.
Explains.
A minute. Yeah, probably a minute. But like I have for sure probably like slowed down. Probably like the amount I've smoked compared to maybe like 3 years ago. I would probably like smoke throughout the whole day. You know what I mean? But now I probably like take a couple hits throughout the day. You know what I mean? To be a little bit more productive. But then at nighttime, like I'll for sure get high. Like maybe like around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. But throughout the day, I'll for sure maybe like take like a few hits just so I can be a little bit on key with it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, I don't know. Like now when I do smoke, it's either for a good occasion or just because I deserve it. You know,
Yeah,
that's the way
yeah.
I feel about it.
It's all good, man.
I mean, like that's where we talked about already. It's all about knowing yourself.
It's all about knowing yourself. Yeah, having the show called Bong Talk, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's cool though.
But hands down, I would rather just be in a room full of people that are stoned than people full of that sober, being drunk, like being around a bunch of drunk people instead.
Man,
Dude, it is the most chill thing when you're just around a bunch of stoners. Cause like, then you can have those like real creative conversations sober, and so you don't look crazy to them. You know?
don't. You talk to a person, they'll probably be coherent with the conversation for maybe about 30 seconds, and then they'll wander off on some whole other shit and just completely ignore you. So potentially they probably didn't hear the first 30 seconds to begin with.
Yeah, the only drunk guy will remember a full conversation is when he's trying to get some pussy. like over there, just like they're like, oh no, I think she said she was a nurse. Yeah, so RN, are you an RN? I remember, you know.
Yes, that's when your brain want to work.
Exactly.
That's when you ain't thinking with your brain, but that's when everything starts clicking. That's so funny. It's crazy, bro. When we're motivated, the things we can do.
No, hands down. That's why I tell people, do not give up, and you do what you got to do to get there. If you want it that bad, you'll find a way.
Oh, bro, it's gonna come. Everything's gonna come. Just in good timing.
Yeah.
In good timing, and too, if you're authentic with everything, that's it's gonna be in essence a little bit easier for you. You know what I mean? Because when you post something or when you talk to people or just when you just do your work, it's just completely authentic and it's something that you love to do. Yeah. So it just comes off so fluidly. It's just easier.
Hands down, you know. So, you know, there's people out there that will like, you know, post every movie they make, and that's fine. You know, do whatever it is that's gonna keep you going. You know, but there's other people that just gets the work done, and then other people just recognize it, and then they start talking word of mouth text, whatever. You know, so it's all a matter of perspective from there. It's like you gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, hands down.
You gotta grind, bro. Ain't nobody gonna give this to you at all. No one's gonna do the work for you. No one's gonna get the interviews for you. No one's gonna book the DJ gigs for you. No one's gonna do any of this. You're gonna have to put yourself out there. You're gonna have to. Even I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people at all. So
The irony of this.
The irony of this, bro.
man.
I am an introvert. I do not like talking to people. So for the fact of me interviewing people nowadays is kind of a shock to me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's something that you have to do. You have to break out of your box to get to different places in your life.
Yeah, hands
You
down.
have to do it.
Hands down, man. So do we have any last minute announcements before we close out here? Because I have not checked the timestamps at all.
It's okay. Bong Talk coming up next Monday. I have an announcement with Bust Down Organics. They're part of the Free Minded team. Larry, June, Monroe, all those good people. Jalen Fly Guy. They're coming on my show talking about their weed strains and different things like that. And they're gonna do an announcement on my show this Monday. Everybody look out for the new IE radio revampment that's coming out very soon. And also, you can catch me with Noah James this Sunday at his rehearsal. He's inviting like 6 people there. So we're gonna be, you know, smoking weed, rehearsing for some upcoming shows. So I have that coming up, and there's a lot more other things, but just stay tuned. Those are the most recent things that I have going on right now in the next coming like 5 days, 6 days.
No, hands down,
Right.
man. You know, that's gonna be cool people, man. Yeah, Noah and all of them, they're cool people. You know, I mean, Inland got something coming up. The Inland
Yes.
got something. You know, so by all means, definitely stay glued to what they have going on very, very soon. All right. Well, just like an intro, I don't have an outro either, but I do go by Tony Awdball, and this is An Awd Conversation with a very special guest.
Nappy 2000.
All right, guys. Peace and love.